Well, you're going to like today's math, as you saw in the video with Mr. Walker. It's not that hard. It's kind of an easy way to multiply. I actually think you'll like what we're doing today better than what we'll be doing by Wednesday, when we just have to multiply. Kind of get to draw some pictures and break it apart into easier multiplication problems today. So let's take a look at this problem set. These are the exact kind of problems that are going to be on your homework. So if you pay attention to this, your homework should seem really easy today. All right, so let's take a look at number one. Now, on your homework, number one has A, B, and C. It's, you know how that crazy program is. It always counts it wrong. So don't worry about that. I'm going to go look at it and make sure that if it counts it wrong, that I'm counting it right if you do what I'm about to show you, okay? So problem number one on this just wants us to make sure that we understand what the area model is showing us. And so part A and B are the same rectangle we're going to see. And it says, number one, in each of the two models pictured below, write the expressions. So we've got to write more than one multiplication problem that determine the area of each of the four smaller rectangles. So as you saw in Mr. Walker's lesson, we've split this larger rectangle up into smaller pieces, into tens and ones, okay? So if you look here at this one, if we were to count, we can see that we have right here, we have 1, 2, 3, we have 4 right there. Right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what this has done is has split 14 into 10 and 4. And let's see how many we have across the top. This one's easy to count. We've got a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got a 10 and a 2. And of course, I don't really have room. I'll just do it like this. A 10 and a 2 would be a 12. So we've broken apart the tens and the ones place. We've got 1 10 and 4 ones. 1 10, 2 ones. And then it makes it really easy to multiply inside these squares, these little rectangles rather, because we're just going to do 4 times 10. We can count all the boxes, but we know 4 times 10 is 40. Okay? We can do 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. See how easy this makes it? We can do 10 times 10. So there's 100 in here. We can do 10 times 2. There's 20 boxes there. So what is this question asking us? First of all, what it wants us to do is tell the 4 things we multiplied together to get the answers inside these boxes. So we just have to look. And so we see first, this is what I want you to do, that I'm going to be checking on your assignment. The first thing we multiplied was 4 times 10. So we can just write in our box, we multiplied 4 times 10, comma. We also multiplied 4 times 2, didn't we? 4 times 2. Okay. And then we move down here at 10. We multiplied 10 times 10 to get 100 here. And we also multiplied 10 times 2 to get 20 there. So that's, 10 times 2. My bad. That's why we should write with a pencil, Mr. Helton, so you don't have to scribble out and make it messy. All right. So these are the 4 expressions. Your problem on your homework is going to be different ones. You'll just need to count the boxes, write in the numbers, and then you'll be able to tell me the 4 expressions you used. I don't know why they did the same exact problem down here. They just, part B, as you can see, has the same exact numbers, 4, 10, 10, and 2. They just, instead of boxes, they're just a regular rectangle, but it means the same thing. So even though we don't have boxes, they're just wanting you to see, like the little grids like we have up here. They're wanting you to see you can draw your own rectangle, make it really easy, and multiply. So it's going to be the exact same answer on part B. What are the expressions you're multiplying? We're going to do a 4 times a 10. We're going to do a 4 times a 2. We're going to do a 10 times a 10. And we're going to do a 10 times a 2. So you see what we're doing is we're just multiplying. We're breaking the multiplication problem into 4 different boxes, breaking these numbers apart and making it easy to multiply, because these numbers look easy, 4 times 10, 4 times 2, when the whole problem would be 14 times 12, right? Because this is 14 and this is 12. 10 and 2 is 12. 10 and 4 is 14. So if you look at 14 times 12, you're going, I don't know how to do that. Well, you just take all these together and then you'll add them together and you'll still get 14 times 12. We're just breaking it apart into the area model. Now, part C, I'm going to keep one of these on here so we can see part C. It says, using the distributive property, rewrite the area of the larger rectangle as the sum of the areas of the 4 smaller rectangles. Okay? So what it's wanting us to do is find the area. It's a big fancy way to say find the area of that rectangle. Okay? So we've already got these numbers, the sums of them in number 1. So we found one part of it was 40. Okay? So we've got 40 plus another part of it was 8 plus 8 plus this big part of it was 100 plus 100 plus we had this other part which was 20. So once we multiply all these numbers together, we're going to add them together to find the area. So we've got 40 plus 8 is 48, plus 100 would be 148, plus 20 more would be 168. Express in number form, that's number form, then read in unit form. Well, it's 168 square units. We read it in unit form, 168 square units, okay? Because it represents each little square that's in this big triangle. So that's what the first 3 on your homework are going to be like. Just remember part A and B, just write the multiplication problems you would use to find the sum in the boxes. To find the product in each box. And in part C, just add them together and get the answer. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Let's move on to number 2. And this is what the rest of your homework is going to be like. We're going to draw our own boxes, our own area models to solve these problems. Now, if you want to draw them proportionally, that's fine. If you just want to make 4 boxes, I don't care. All right. As long as you can do this. And I don't really care if you make the 20 bigger than a 2 or whatever. So the main thing I want you to be able to do is multiply each box together and find the answer. So remember, what we do when we start this, we're going to draw our box first, okay? Draw a box that has a rectangle that has 4 boxes inside of it. And then we break apart our numbers. So our first number is 14. Well, we know that's a 10 and a 4. A 10, 1 10 in the 10's place and 1 4 in the 1's place. So let's do it like that. We're going to put that 10 there, and let's put the 4 right here. It really doesn't matter if you put the 4 up there, 10 down here. You're going to get the same answer. So don't stress out about that. Now we've got to put the second number across the top here. What's a 20 and a 2? 22 would be a 20 and 2 more. We've got 2 10s and 2 at 1. So it's 20 and 2. Okay. So we've got our numbers above our boxes. Now we have to multiply each box. So let's start with a hard one first. 10 times 20. Well, that's 1 times 2 is 2. And then add 1, 2 zeros. We know that. Or 10 times 20. We just add another 0 to make it 200. Then we go across 10 times 2. That's 20. Now we're going to drop down here, 4 times 20. 4 times 2 is 8, and add the 0, 80. And then 4 times 2, 8. Now see how easy those multiplication problems were? And then what do we do to find the answer? Do you remember? We add all of these together. So you would have to add them, if you're adding them on your paper, 200 plus 20 plus 80 plus 8. Make sure you line them up right. Then add them all together. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 8. 2 plus 8 is 10. Put our 0 down, carry our 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. So our answer is 308. Is the area for that, is the answer to 14 times 22. Okay. So this is kind of fun. I kind of like it. I think it's kind of fun. So now we're going to do the next one. 25 times 32. Let's draw our box. Again, just make sure you have 4 boxes in it. And then we're going to break apart our numbers. I'm not going to draw it out this time over here. Let's just put our 2 10s would be 20. 5 1s would be 5. Just make sure you know that's what this shows. We're breaking apart 25 into 20 and 5. 32, let's take the 30 and the 2. Okay, so we see this represents 25. This represents 32. And then we just multiply and find the area of each box. So 20 times 30, that's 2 times 3 is a 6, and add 1, 2 zeros. 20 times 2, that's 40. Drop down here, let's do 5 times 30. 5 times 3 is 15. Add our 0. And then 5 times 2 is 10. You just see how we did that? Just multiply each number in each box. 20 times 30, 20 times 2, 5 times 30, 5 times 2 to get these answers in the boxes. Okay, then we add. And you'll need to write them all out and add them on paper. I'm going to do a little mental math. 600 plus 150 is 750. Plus 40 would be 790. Plus 10 would be 800. So the answer to this one is 800. Are you getting it? We'll work a few more together to make sure you understand. All right. Part B on number 2 here says 35 times 42. First thing, draw your box. Make sure you got 4 boxes on the inside. All right. Break apart the numbers. Second thing, 35, we're going to make it a 30 and a 5. 42, we're going to make it a 40 and a 2. All right, then we multiply. 3 times 4 is 12. Then we're going to add 1, 2 zeros. So that's a big area right there, 1,200. 30 times 2, well, that's the same thing as 2 times 30. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 0 is 0. If you have 2 30s, you've got 60, don't you? Now let's do this box. 5 times 40. 5 times 4 is 20. But we've got to add that 0, so it's 200. And then 5 times 2 is 10. All right, and then we just add these together. You'll need to do it on paper. I'm going to do some mental math here. 1,200 plus 200 is 1,400. Plus 60 would be 1,460. Plus 10 more would be 1,470. I told you I kind of like this. Well, we've got 2 more to work on, and your homework says visualize the area model and solve the following numerically using 4 partial products. You know what? We're just going to work on the area model today, so you can go blah, blah, blah. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. It just wants you to visualize it. Well, why not just draw it since that's what we're learning today? That's what I say. Let's break apart our numbers. 42, we'll make it a 40 and a 2. Oh, we got an easy number this time. 11, make it a 10 and a 1. I like multiplying by 1, don't you? That's super easy. 40 times 10. Well, we just add that 0 to 40 and make it 400, don't we? 1 times 4 is 4. Add these 2 zeros. 2 times 10, easy, 20. 40 times 1, 40. 2 times 1, 2. Told you it was easy to multiply by 1, isn't it? Now let's add these up. You'll need to write them out. I'm going to do mental math. 400 plus 20 is 420. Plus 40 would be 460. Plus 2 would be 462. Last one for an example, and then I'll let you do it. Draw your box. We're doing 46 times 11 this time. Another 11. That's nice. I kind of made this box small. I didn't mean to do that. 46. All right. We're just going to do this last one. I'm going to do every single step just to make sure you got it. We're going to break it apart into the tens, which would be 4 tens or 40, and 6 ones. So 46. The 11, we're going to break it apart into a 10, and a 1. 10 plus 1 is 11. 40 plus 6 is 46. That's why we do that. So we're breaking them apart. All right, once we've got our box set up, we multiply to find the answer for each little box. 40 times 10, just add that 0 to 40, that would be 400. 40 times 1 is 40. Let's do our 6. 6 times 10 is 60. 6 times 1 is 6. And I'll add it out like you'll need to this time. Just once you get all your 4 boxes answered, you add all your numbers together. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 6. 0 plus 6 plus 4 is 10. 0 down, carry our 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. So our answer on this last one is 506. I bet you're going to make a 100 on today's assignment. All right, it's not that hard. It's kind of fun. So let's get started on today's assignment. Draw those boxes. It makes it so simple to multiply. You can do it. Go practice this now. Good luck.